Welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 314 of the Threat Talk podcast. That is the third podcast that I've recorded in 2 days. My gosh, you will know this because the last two were a two-parter featuring me and Matt. Today, we are featuring another host. Who is it? Oh my gosh, it is Lee. Hi,
Fly
Lee.
me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Okay.
You didn't know I was going to do that, so I thought it was funny.
We're joined apparently by Frank Sinatra. It's like he's in the room.
Not quite. It's the effects I have on my voice.
Today's episode is sponsored by Affordaboard. Affordaboard bring you pedals from companies such as DemonFX, JSA Effects, Mosky, Joyo, and Caline at amazing prices. They're a UK company with stock that is ready to ship in fantastic recyclable packaging. Check them out at affordaboard.co.uk. Woo, woo, woo. Love Affordaboard. Right. Hello. How are you?
Recyclable packaging.
Recyclable packaging. I mean, I'm not the one to mention it this week. Every time I mention it, I talk about the recyclable packaging. It literally says on the packaging, like, I'm recyclable, recycle me, which is really cool. Like recyclable, like plastic covers, and everything comes in like the cardboard as well. Just very, like, extremely good. I love it.
That's a very moral way to go about things.
It is indeed. How are you, my man? It's been a little while.
Yeah, I'm tired. Very tired.
Yeah.
I started my new job and I haven't really had much in the way of time off because in Sweden, everyone takes July off on holiday.
The fuck? Okay.
It's mental. You've never known anything like it. Every company just has like temp staff in over July, and they're all like the students that are like finishing school, and they're going in and doing all the work that they've never done before.
Okay,
that included
like paid work experience.
Staff. Kinda. It's just like summer work, if you know what I mean. But like my mate Robin was here yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going back to work on Thursday." I was like, "How long have you had off?" And he was like, "Oh, 4 weeks."
Just the entire of July. Okay.
Yeah. And he said, I get 5 weeks a year, so I take the 4 weeks off in July like everyone else, and then I save a week for Christmas. And I'm like, just like everyone else. It's been a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've been left at work on my own, and I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean,
crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It really is. Like I was messaging you the other day when we had the ozone. It was choking on O3, and oh man, that was scary.
Yeah. I mean, you sent us a message about that, and it was.
It was me in a mask, wasn't it?
It was concerning. You went. Yeah, like what's the legal limit for O3? Like
the advisor limit is 0.01, and I measured it at nearly 0.8 at one point.
Yeah.
Apparently 5 is like fatal. So I'm like, wasn't too keen. My lungs still feel a bit weird now. But yeah, there's loads of things going on, and I just didn't know what I was doing. I'd only been there like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then it was like, yeah, good luck then. See you in 10 days.
I mean, you've managed to come through it though, and like they had enough faith in you that they were just like, yeah, that's cool. You do what you need to.
Yeah. It's crazy. I feel like I've literally been in work every day for a month. Like some days not as much as others, obviously, but
yeah,
I've literally been at work every day for about a month now. And this weekend I don't need to be, so I'm quite happy.
That's cool. Like easing off the gas just a little bit. That I like that. Good. Good.
Yeah, but it hasn't left me much time to do much guitar stuff. I've taken my Strandberg upstairs so I can play that out more rather than having to come down to the studio to play it.
Yeah.
And I've also it hasn't. What's the weather been like in the UK? Because it hasn't stopped raining here for like a month now.
Yeah, it's been. We had probably about 3 days worth of decent sunshine. Like actually today there was a bit of decent sunshine, but it's been like half a day of warm weather and then rain for like 3 or 4 days. So it's almost like summer has been forgotten this year.
Yeah, like winter was hard here as well. So I just feel like I've been conned out of summer.
yeah, it's kind of tough, isn't it? You're expecting some decent weather, and it's just never happening.
Every day I'm looking at the weather app, and I'm like, "Come on, where is it?" And then like everywhere else, they're moaning that like they're dying from the heat. And, like literally, people are dying from the heat.
Yeah,
and like apparently in California yesterday, it was like 40 odd degrees Celsius.
Like we ended up closing businesses when it got over 40 here.
Just mental. I've only ever known it like that once, and that was in Spain one year. But oh mate, honestly, I don't know. I could do just like even just a week of it would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, kind of end of June, early July, we had about a week and a half of really decent weather, but then then it just stopped. It was just.
Do you remember I was telling you like we hadn't had a drop of rain for a month, like in June time, and I had a really nice tan. So I'd been sitting outside, but it hadn't been hot. It hadn't been like summer weather. It had been like 22, 25 maximum.
Yeah,
but it had been sunny, and I got that. But we haven't had like. That was kind of like a lead up to summer, and then you think, "Oh my God, Christ, is this summer going to be really hot?" No.
Yeah, it's been a little fake out, hasn't it? Fortunately, the reason why I am recording these episodes in batch this week is because I'm going on my holidays. I'm going to where the sun is shining, so it's gonna be decent. But it's hard work this week. It's hard work.
Yeah, we're thinking about Thailand next in February, because apparently a lot of Swedes go there in February to try and like get a bit of sun.
Okay,
it's in the southern hemisphere, isn't it? So it's like you can go and get a bit of the summertime.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, you'd never tie them together, would you? Sweden and Thailand, but it's
yeah. I wonder where they all go in July, like, because it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
Apart from like the Germans that are here.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot of Germans in caravans knocking around.
Okay.
It's so different. It really is. Like, it's like a different world.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. Right.
Yeah.
Let's get on with a bit of guitar talk. I'll tell you what we'll do first. We'll talk a little bit about some news, because we've actually got some news since yesterday. There's been about 4 news bits drop. We'll open with potentially the least exciting one, which is Origin. Origin have released another one in their Halcyon line, which before it was like the Halcyon Green, weren't it? Which no prizes for guessing what tube screamer that was based on. And now they've done the Halcyon Gold, which is, again, horse-based. So let's have a look a bit at the information. I think it's not necessarily just a straight-up clone of the klon, but...
No, they don't do clones. They do their own takes on it, a bit like Wampler and, Caline and everyone else. Like, who doesn't have a tube screamer?
Yeah, but again, who doesn't have a klon as well?
Yeah, exactly.
So they've got the standard layout that they had on the Halcyon Green as well, which is like 4 knobs and then an adapt control and then a switch to go between 2 voices as well. So you've got your level, your tone and your drive, and then you've got a blend as well that's called dry, which is, I mean, it's good, but that's what the tone pot on a klon does anyway. As you turn up the drive, it blends in the signal, doesn't it? It's like a dual gang pot. So, I mean, they've given you the option to control it, but that's kind of what the klon does anyway.
I think that's more of what the drive does, to be fair, rather than the tone. You understand the circuits better than I do, but I believe the drive does that more so than the tone itself.
Yeah, the tone control is like an active treble, like treble circuit. But yeah, like you say, the drive is the bit. So the two controls on this, the drive and the dry, are basically the drive control on the klon.
Split into two.
Yeah. So it does. It gives you a bit more. It gives you a bit more control over it, because when you whack up the drive on a klon, you're basically taking all of the dry signal out. But it doesn't seem like it's that big of a leap. You've turned one control into two controls.
You say that, and then when you think about like the Antares and like putting a clean blend on a tube screamer or an SD1 with that, and it made quite a bit of difference. So maybe the ability to adjust it separately, because everyone goes on about how transparent it is, and it's only transparent really until the clipping comes in. I suppose with this you can have the clipping come in and dial back in some of that transparency.
Yeah. So the reason why it is transparent is because actually it's only affecting a very small percentage of your overall tone. You're mostly hearing dry tone, and then you're hearing like a very, very minuscule mix of the actual circuit in there. But yeah, like so you could do it where you dimed it, and then you bring the dry control all the way up as well, so you get in like a really saturated tone underneath your clean kind of bass. Or you could do it the other way around, where you're hearing more of that, because like klons were known for their buffer stage, really, weren't they?
That's a big part of it, yeah. It's the overall flavour of when you just plug the bloody thing in. It's really nice. I've got the what's it called? The J Rocket Archer Deluxe, and I was playing that the other day, and oh my god, it's so good. It's it just instantly gives you that flavour, that the feeling you get in the back of your teeth. You feel it in your fillings. And it's it's really, really good. I was just thinking though, do you remember my video for the gearbox, the one-plug gearbox?
Yeah.
And on that, I used the 5150 side, turned the drive down, and turned the volume up on it to push the klon side, the Tumnus side.
Yeah.
And I got the Tumnus side really like overdriving, like
so it was cooking. Yeah,
sounded wicked. I really like that tone.
Yeah, so
it's not something you really hear either.
So it looks like they've leaned more into that kind of clean blend with this one, because you've got the three modes on it, the voice switch. So you got the voice switch is at the bottom, where it offers two different types of clone tone. So you got the mid push and like a standard drive tone, so slightly more transparent, and then a slightly more pronounced, because klon pedals do have a mid push, but people don't tend to hear it because they're running it with the drive and mix quite low.
Where's the mid push on a tube screamer? Because I think the mid push on this is around 500 hertz on a klon normally.
Yeah, but it's lower. It's lower mids. I don't know in terms of hertz, but the mid push of a klon is a slightly more gentle kind of blues driver push. That kind of upper mid, kind of just veering into the treble territory.
Right.
And that's the frequency range that gives you the clarity of your guitar tone. Whereas you tend to feel the tube screamer a bit more, especially with single coils where they're naturally dipping that lower mid range out. So it tends to fill out those kind of tones a bit more. But I mean, they do a thing, don't they? Like clones do a thing, and so do tube screamers. This one, so it seems to be pushing more towards the like the boost kind of use for it rather than the drive. So your adapt switch allows the mid forward voicing to gradually fade away as the pedal cleans up. Mid hub increases with the gain control. Basically, yeah, making it like more or less touch responsive. So you can kind of you can dial it into to have a perfect feel for you. And being an Origin pedal, you expect it to be pretty good. Like it's gonna be a decent sounding pedal. It's gonna be a decent feeling pedal. It's £250 basically.
Which for one of their pedals is about standard, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and for a klon as well. Like klon pedals tend to be pretty much up there, don't they? Because you get a KTR for upwards of like $350 ish, and then like the original klon centaurs are like prohibitively expensive. So
okay, so I've just had a quick Google to have a look at these frequencies, and from what I'm looking at, we're both a little bit off the mark there. The tube screamers are around 800 hertz, and the clones are around 1K.
Okay. Yeah.
1K.
One. Yeah, so it's a slightly higher push than the tube screamer, which is what I was saying, is that the tube screamer sits in more in that kind of lower mid range where it's more of a kind of a fullness, whereas the klon sits in a similar range to the blues driver, where rather than adding like a fullness to your tone, it's more of a clarity kind of resonant frequency. That's where you can hear your guitar better if you're pushing those kind of frequency ranges. But obviously, like the blues driver does it in a way that it's hard clipping. I think the klon is as well. Actually, I think the klon is hard clipping, but
I believe so. Yeah,
it negates that by blending back in the dry signal as well, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, it's I think in terms of like their take on the klon, actually it's a pretty well thought out like clone. However, yeah, like this is the same company that basically bought like studio grade compressor to the pedal board. It bought the most adaptive drive pedal that you can make sound like any amp, basically. So you can make whatever you're putting your guitar into, be it a Fender amp, a Marshall amp, whatever, you can make it sound like any other amp with their kind of gain structure and EQ characteristics. So all of these things massively, massively like innovative. And then they come out with a tube screamer, and then they come out with a klon. And
it's not what you want from them, really, is it?
Yeah, I mean,
the same people complaining about those, as we were saying earlier, the same people complaining about those are the same people who are complaining about how complex the revival drive was, though.
Yeah, and that's the issue, isn't it? That Origin unfortunately can't win. Because when they innovate, people go, "Oh, this is too complex." And when they kind of stay safe and do like their take on the tube screamer and their take on the klon, people go, "Oh, this is boring for Origin." So it is tough.
Yeah.
It is tough. But yeah,
it's not what I want to see from them. I really like the idea of the revival drive. Apparently, people struggle to tweak it and like to get it dialed in, but
yeah, I mean they bought out the compact version, didn't they, which was easier. But
a couple of them as well, didn't they? They did a metal version as well.
So the issue that I heard with the Revival drive is that you could sit at home and dial it in perfectly, and you'd get an absolutely bang-on sound. The moment you moved that pedal from that situation into a different room, you had to dial it in again to suit the circumstances in which you were playing. And it just meant that you...
And it wasn't a case of just tweaking one knob, it was another dial.
It was you're back to square one and you're having to set it again. So though you can theoretically get all of these tones out of it, it was... unless you had lots and lots of time to dial in. So for someone who was doing like the same stage show, say someone who was playing like theatre shows, for them, they'd be able to sit there and like in dress rehearsals work out, this is the tone that I need for that. Or in a studio where you got like, this is the room you've got, work out your tone. Like those kind of situations, it's absolutely perfect because you can nail those tones. But for like your average punter, like your guitar, average guitar Joe, who is going to be playing X pub today and then Y club next week, and the rooms are completely different, it just ends up being
no good.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really handy if they just made a tube screamer or a klon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it would. Yeah,
I mean, what I think is that they've sold enough pedals to for the people who are fans of them to know that they are great quality. Like my Caline 76 will not leave my board. I've changed so many pedals on that board, and the one that's basically always been on there since the day I got it has been the Caline 76. I couldn't dream of making a board without it.
Yeah,
it's a big part of my sound. The quality is just unbelievable. It's the same sort of quality as 4P and JSA and these big companies that are like just bang on point, and Hampstead and people like that.
Yeah, so
it's that sort of
it's
quality.
rubbing shoulders with some good companies. I think the knee jerk reaction was that it was disappointing that it was a predictable pedal, but you know what? It will probably sound pretty good. The one gripe I've got about Origin, apart from them being well out of my price point, is their logo looking like a bird's eye view of a hot dog.
Does it? Oh my god! Yeah, it does.
Now you see that, you won't be able to unsee it.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's like an earworm for the eyes.
It is, yeah. Right. We'll talk about what we've been up to this week. I mean, it's going to be 3 weeks out of date by now, but this kind of general week. Do you want to start?
You ain't going to be up to much guitar stuff when you're on holiday, are you?
I don't think I will, no. Funnily enough. Well,
oh dear.
I mean, weirdly, you should say, last time I went on a holiday, because I'm going on holiday to Turkey, which is very, very hot. Last time I went, I was kind of late teens, early 20s, and I think I was gone for like it was a pretty substantial time. And by about day 3, I was like, I really miss playing guitar. I managed to source like one of the holiday reps who said, "Oh yeah, I've got like a little beta nylon string. Here you go. You can borrow that for the rest of the holiday." So I actually did end up playing guitar on holiday, which is really cool. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this time, but
I generally do try to find a guitar shop. Like when I'm walking through like a strange town or something, I'm always like looking out for a music shop or something just so I can go get my fix.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be buying anything here, but just please let me play.
Yeah. I'll give you a shout out on my podcast.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Tell me your website. Tell me, like, I mean, I imagine like walking down some like back alley Turkish street, finding like a mum and pop shop. They're going to be like, website, what?
I do like finding instruments that are like native to that country.
Yeah.
That's nice, especially stringed ones, because you can generally get away with working out some like Led Zeppelin sounding licks, and a lot of these, sort of instruments are usually open tuned as well.
I don't know though, like Middle Eastern, they tend to go microtonal, and
even better.
I'm
amazing.
No. I'll be playing something else. Feel like it doesn't quite sound right. It doesn't quite sound because I've got those Western ears, haven't I? Like the diatonic.
Just think of it like a bend. All you got to do is think of it like a bend. That's basically what they are. They're just more accurate bends.
But it's between the tones, isn't it? It's between the tones, which my ear is
you knob.
Not when you're doing properly. You bend up to the note. You bend like to the next note. You bend.
Everything in between is a bend.
Yeah, but
everything in between is microtonal as you're bending.
But you don't stay there. Is the issue? You don't get a quarter way through a bend and stay there. You don't overcook. Yeah, you don't overcook your bend by like a third. What I'm kind of
saying is just like if you think, it doesn't sound right, just go up a little bit and think of it like a bend. Exactly.
Indeed. Right, I'm going to talk about what I've been up to this week. In fact, it's not this week, but it was a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think we mentioned it on the podcast. And this is the TC Ampworx DC30 video that I did. Have you checked that one out yet?
I think I have. Yeah. Well, you did all the different bands.
I did, yeah. I did like 4.
Yeah, of course I did.
4 different bands.
We even spoke about it.
Did we? On the podcast?
No, me and you spoke about it.
Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, the premise behind it was that I haven't played an AC30 and wanted to kind of get a flavour of all the different AC30 tones. So I went through the different eras and like clean tones, slightly gritty tones with like fuzz pedals in front of it, tones with treble boosters in front of it, like aiming at like Queen and stuff. Like really impressed with it. Super, super versatile pedal. I didn't go into the switching and the boosts and all of that in the video because I was just trying to get some tones out of it. But the way that it works is so cool. They've really thought about it. So you got the 1 foot switch, which you can use to switch between like red channel and green channel, which you can set in two independent ways. So you could have like a clean and then a drive, or you could have like a slightly darker drive and like a more like trebly drive to, so like a rhythm drive to sit back in the mix, and then a more trebly version to cut through. Like it's really cool, and it remembers as well because you've got that boost that you can have either pre or post. It remembers whether you've put the boost on when you switch between the channels. So you can basically have like 4 versions of channels. You can have red and green with boost. So you got like 4 different versions of the same channel. Like fantastic stuff.
It's brilliant. It's basically a 4-channel amp.
Yeah, and
it's really, really cool. I mean, I kind of wanted them, but I knew I wasn't going to have time for anything. So I just like, hey, you guys deal with these. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you were all enjoying them. So they had your one, which was the Voxy one.
Yeah.
Josh is working on, and it should be released by now, the
Jim's 45, yeah.
Yep. And we've also got Jason has the Fender, which is called the Deluxe Reverb or something like that.
The Combo Deluxe, I think it's called.
Combo Deluxe, yeah.
Yeah, because the Deluxe Reverb is what it's actually, is what it's actually based on. Yeah. Yeah. So,
but that doesn't have a boost on it. The second button on that is actually to turn the reverb on and off, I believe.
It is, yeah. So that one's a 2-channel, but then you've got switchable, like a spring reverb algorithm, and being TC, it's going to be fantastic, isn't it? Like they are pretty much known for being able
Hall of Fame people.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it? So,
do you remember like a couple of years ago when everyone was just not shutting the fuck up about the Hall of Fame? It was just constant. Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame.
But it was that kind of, once Boss pedals were having that little lull in the early 2000s, TC came straight in and were like, yeah, Hall of Fame, flashback. Like these are the ones that you want.
Oh man, flashback, such a good pedal.
Indeed. I've got a few of them. I've got ones just lying down here actually. But I've got one of the bigger box
Did
units.
you pick up an X4 recently?
I did, yeah. I've not plugged it in yet.
I sold one of them to my cousin because it was such a good pedal, and I got the DD500. Boss sent me over the DD500, so it made the X4 kind of obsolete for me, and he needed it, so I just sold it to him right dirt cheap.
Yeah. And yeah, I think I will end up integrating that into my actual board because it's such a powerful unit. And it means that...
A good looper as well.
Has it? Because I know the smaller versions, it has got a looper, but they're not good. They're definitely not good.
Oh, it's a really good looper. You think this is people who make the Ditto. So it's like you've got all the 4 buttons become the different controls for it. So you've got like more control over it than you normally would on another one. And I found it's actually the easiest to use looper I've ever had.
That's really good. Because the problem with the single foot switch flashback was that the looper didn't work quite as well as the Ditto. And because I own one of the Dittos, like I know what it could be.
Yeah.
So it was problematic. But yeah, it's
I'm interested to hear what you think about it when you use it, because like I was so happy with the looper mode on it, and you can like you still use delays on it as well. Somehow.
Oh really?
I can't remember how. It's been a few years since I've used one.
That's really cool.
It's the 20, what's it called? What's the edge delay on it? 2290.
Well,
2290. That mode on it is absolutely banging. It sounds really, really good because that's a TC delay anyway.
Yeah, so they've modelled it pretty well.
You would hope so, yeah. I used to use that a lot. Do you know what? I've always thought I liked analog delays more, but thinking about it, my favourite delays are like the 2290 on that pedal and like the SDE 300 and stuff like that. I actually quite like digital delays.
Yeah, I'm a big analog fan because I don't use delays as a rhythmic tool. I use it more of a space creating tool. Basically, I use it like I should reverb.
I use delay pretty much the same, but when I stop, I like it to be heard.
Yeah.
Whereas with an analog delay, it kind of goes and kind of like melts away, which is lovely. I do love that. But some digital delays can do that as well, but still have a little bit more clarity.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that with ducking delays, can't you? That's not autocorrect. Yeah. That is ducking delays.
And he's ducking delays.
Indeed. I've got one more thing that I did this week, but I think we're going to do a little bit more news before we go on to that.
No.
I'll tell you what, let's talk about the Ampworx because we've mentioned those. But so the vintage series was the Jim's 45, the DC30 and the Combo Deluxe. So they've brought out another series of 3 called the Ampworx Hi-Gain. And we've got the 550, the Jim's 800, and the Dual Rec, spelled WRECK. And I don't think it's going to take much to try and figure out what these are based on. So
5150.
Yeah. I mean, I'd assume so. I've not actually checked. But I will do a quick cursory glance. I am almost certain
I'd be very surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Should I check while you talk?
Yeah, well, no, it says, legendary 5150 Hi-Gain tube amp with pedal. So again, boost and channel. I want to know what the cab sim on this one is actually, because the vintage series both had 2 outputs, and one was dry out and one was cab sim. So I want to just double check what it's pairing it with. It will hopefully be like a V30. Let's have a look. Specs, direct out cab sim. Oh, it doesn't tell you what the cab sim is. But it.
You on Taman?
Oh, here we go. Sorry, speaker cam emulation. G12M Heritage. Okay. That's pretty cool. So we've got that. We've got the Gyms 800, which is what you'd expect. So
that's just going to have a Marshall cab, like it'd be a 4x12 on it.
You would have thought it would be like a greenback or maybe the Heritage again.
Nah, I bet it's a greenback with a JCM 800.
Oh, it's not. The
V30s.
They fucked it here. It's a G1265. Those are the ones that have what's his face uses, aren't they? The Yngwie Malmsteen. No, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. But you've got the option. Because you've got the dry out as well as the cab sim. You can use your own IRs with it if you want to. But yeah, so look,
the Messer one is vintage 30s, 4x12 closed.
Oh, cool. I mean that would work really well. You'd expect that kind of thing. So we've got a gain and boost. So I'm assuming that's like 2 channels again. Is it like the kind of plexi style?
The dual rec. The dual rec is
what have we got? What controls have we got for that?
In fact, they're all the same.
So we've got gain. No, you've got gain and tight. Whereas the gyms is the 2 channels. I think like the bright channel and the it says boost.
Oh, okay. See, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and what have we got on the V550 Rezo? So look, almost like a presence again, isn't it? The resonance thing. Okay, so they're a little bit more uniform than the vintage series where you had
the Combo Deluxe with reverb.
Yeah, so the Combo Deluxe had the reverb. The Vox one didn't have a mid control, but had a high cut, and as well had the top boost channel and the regular channel to blend between, which makes sense because that's what the amps do. Whereas these are all a very similar thing, aren't they? But you've got obviously like the 3 different flavors. So you've got kind of like new wave of British heavy metal doing with the JCMs. You've got the 5150s, like very much. I don't know, like who's 5150 apart from obviously Van Halen.
Most of the new metal stuff people use 5150.
Well, I would have thought new metal would have been the dual rec, because.
So I have it on very, very, very good authority that what happened was they basically gave away 5150s to left, right, and centre to everyone, and they lent them to them, but they didn't take names down. And then someone I know was got a job with them, and his job was to track
them down and
all of these amps, all these 51. Yeah, and it was just like some of them were just like first names, some of them were like no names whatsoever, and like the majority of them were like that. And he only had some that were like people's full names and like where they were. It was just a ridiculous job. And PV were like, "Come on."
Yeah, look, PV have dropped the ball a few times, haven't they? I've heard some things, but yeah. So I would have thought like the new metal kind of like late 2000s thing. I know because Josh was saying that Richard from Rammstein used dual Rex, so that kind of sound like the industrial sound. But look, I know that a lot of even like Blink 182 were using dual Rex as well. It was very much that kind of 2000s amp, wasn't it? The 5150, even more modern than that, I would have thought, in terms of like bands like Slipknot, but the later end of Slipknot using like 5150s.
So I've just Googled it, and you've got Machine Head, Trivium, who are now using DSLs for some reason. In Flames, Arch Enemy, Dimmu Borgir.
Dimmu Borgir.
Borgir.
Dimmu Borgir. Yeah. How do like about 2 weeks ago, I was talking about Combi Christ, and it floored Josh. I mean, Dimmu Borgir, because I was going to go to download not downloads, Bloodstock the one year, and I was swearing like someone should release a burger van selling demo burgers, but didn't happen. Yeah, so it's quite an eclectic mix there, because like Arch Enemy, quite old school.
Flames, very different.
Yeah,
Atreyu.
Yeah, so again, that kind of like metalcore, like mid 2000s, isn't it?
Someone's put in the answers: Van Halen, Blackstone Cherries, and every death metal band playing at the public storage place.
Yeah, like because where it came from originally was the Van Halen tone, wasn't it? But it's not the Van Halen tone that everyone remembers. Like, it's the later stuff, because he didn't have those amps until it was.
I like some of it. I don't like most of like the really famous stuff, but I had some of the later albums, and they were not so bad. Yeah. Apparently, Devin Townsend has used them.
It's people who have used them, but aren't using them as their like necessarily good.
I don't know. It just had him as an artist. So I don't know what he's currently using. Oh, okay. The Pinnacle who uses them is Ted Nugent.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Like, enough of that.
That's a whole can of worms.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about Teddy Nugget on one of the Patreon episodes. For as little as $2 a month, you can listen to that. Yeah, we have some strong opinions.
Here's a bigger list. This is quite good, and we'll end with this, I guess. So, Eddie, Machine Head, Alice in Chains, Steve Morse, Carcass, Arch Enemy, The Haunted, Ted Nugent, Kimare, I can never say their name, ignore that. Trivium, Skid Row, God Forbid, Steve Stevens, Soilwork, Evergrey, Dark Tranquility, Ace Farley, Killswitch Engage, Soulfly, In Flames,
Ace Farley? Do you mean Ace Frehley of Kiss?
Probably. Yeah, I never knew I was saying that wrong all these years. I really don't like Kiss. Killswitch Engage, Soulfly, In Flames, The Unearthed, Smashing Pumpkins, Children of Bodom, Jakey Lee, Corrosion of Conformity. Okay,
so that's actually quite a wide mix. We had like some of the 80s boys with like Steve Stevens, Jakey Lee, all the way up to like. Yeah, modern. And look, even
Pumpkins, I thought was one that kind of stood out to me there. I was a bit taken back by that. Didn't realise.
I mean, they tend to play relatively high gain, don't they? But it's like a wall of noise kind of thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Big muff though, isn't it?
There's a lot going on there, and I think these are a really good addition to the Ampworx series. What would you like to see coming next from the Ampworx series? I know, like, some people were saying, like show some love for the bass guitarists, maybe like an SVT or I don't know.
About the Ibanez Tube Screamer head.
It's not quite as iconic as I think you were. I mean, if they did like, I don't know, like if they did like a boutique series where they did something like a Matchless, Dumble. I don't know, what else would you have in there? Maybe like a Friedman or a Morgan. But then they're just...
I was thinking maybe Cornford or something, but maybe that's a bit too bespoke, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe like Carving.
Yeah, could be. That's more metal though, isn't it?
Yeah. But, I mean, you had, like, in the vintage series, you had, like, all the way from Marshall to Vox. So you're like... yeah, I don't know. I think...
Maybe more Fenders. Maybe I could do, like, a different type of Fender. Don't know. don't know. They might. It could have like a diesel sort of amp on there as well.
Yeah, but if you're having like
diesel,
diesel, if you're having like a series of them, you have to get them to fit within like a category each. Like, 'cause there are 3 here, but I would like to see some bass stuff because like this is really, it's somewhere between the Joyo Amp Sim series, which are like by all admission punching well above their price point for Joyo. Obviously based on like the Sans amp. What were they called? They call them like the Character series or something like that, which are now discontinued.
Something along those lines. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But then like your next thing up is like a complete modelling unit. So it's a nice little mid-ground between like the real basic Joyo units and like a full-blown modeler. I know like bass guitarists have got like the Sans amp bass driver or bass DI, which kind of sits in this price point, doesn't it? But like something like that might be quite cool. The problem with the boutique stuff is based on basically the amps that have already been released here. Like the Dumballs are basically like modded Fender amps. Stuff like the Friedman and the Morgan are based on modded Marshalls. Yeah, matchless is like the ACs as well. So that's where the issue comes in, isn't it?
But then again, so it's a 5150 and the Mesa within reason as well. And even a Marshall, if you get down to it.
Yeah. But they've carved enough of a legacy themselves. Like the 5150 sound is a sound that people are after. The dual rec sound is a sound that people are after. And it's era-defining sounds as well. Like the JCM 800.
I don't think they're going to release any more. I think this will be it. And then in a couple of years' time, they'll release the same but Mark IIs with a mash button.
Like blend between the 2 channels on a mash.
Yeah, something like that.
It might be that's where they end it. Yeah, but
there'll be some sort of innovation if but I think it's. Do you know what's the best thing about these? It's nice to see TC actually doing something TC like. Yeah,
these are pretty cool, aren't they? Whereas they've dropped off a little bit recently, haven't they? Like there's been
a lot. I feel. Yeah, I feel like they not so long ago, about a year, maybe a bit more, they started getting some of the old original TC stuff back, such as our mate Toby, and so on and so forth. And since then, things have been stepping up quite nicely. It's not just all rebranded Behringers.
Yeah, that's cool to see. Right, let's talk about what we saying. Let's talk about my
sex, baby.
Not my sex. Thank you very much. I mean, it wouldn't take us very long.
Male, move on.
So I bought a guitar. By this point, the video for it will be out on my channel. It's the Harley Benton Fusion 3 HSS.
It's a bit sexy.
Yeah. Considering
I really like it.
Like Harley Benton guitars, I for the longest time have held off and went, no, I don't want something with Harley Benton on the headstock. Thank you very much. And I've played a few of them.
Every time we mention them in the news, I'm like, oh my God, do we have to? But this looks stunning.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I think guitars like this are them kind of stepping out into the forefront a little bit because they are like competitively priced, yes, but the features on them and their playability are competitive. They really are competitive. So like the Fire Mist one, roasted maple, stainless steel frets, locking tuners, like 2-point floating tremolo system that worked. All of that kind of stuff. If you want to buy it from a company that's got a headstock on the name that you know, like what would you be paying for something of that spec? What do you reckon?
Like 500, 600 minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think the closest one to the Fusion 3, that specific one is clearly based on a Charvel DK24. They're 900 quid. Like the Schecter Nick Johnsons are kind of that spec, but not. It doesn't quite hit all of the categories. The higher end of 700 to 800. So you're getting that at least half the price, if not like a third of the price. It's them becoming competitive. So
do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of the old Lag guitars with that particular colour.
Yeah.
Olive green.
Yeah, Lag had some really cool stuff. I really like their headstock.
Yeah.
Because they had like a two-tone thing going on, like that, like a natural
layered as well.
Yeah, that's why it was two-tone, because you had like the natural wood at the top, and then you had the colour of whatever the body was underneath, and it looked really cool. But they didn't quite take off, did they?
No, because their guitar's not planes, but they had one that was like a grey, almost the same colour as yours, but more grey. And bright orange.
Nice.
It was awesome. I really like that.
Looked like a high-vis jacket. It's the exact thing that you want to be channeling when you're playing guitar, isn't it?
Maybe it would take off because one of those high, like with the waving the lights around.
The air traffic controllers. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave that to you to watch, because it's well worth watching the video. It's only, I think, 6 or 7 minutes long, so it's well worth watching if you're ever curious about the Harley Benton Fusions, which I was. I watched a fair few people's videos on them just to see if it's too good to be true, really.
Yeah, and if you're interested in something at completely the other end of the market, I also dropped a video about a guitar not long ago on my Stromberg.
That you did.
Check it out.
And as much as I don't want to admit it, it does sound good, and you did a really good job of pitching it, pitching the guitar. So
I didn't say anything that wasn't true. So
I'm not saying that you were like it was a salesman pitch, but you like sold the features on it really, really well.
Yeah, I just can't wait for you to, like, hopefully you'll be able to make it over here at some point and actually spend some time playing it, because it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that is the plan.
So good.
That is the plan. Hopefully, like early next year, we'll be going for that when we get a little meet up.
What, when I'm in Thailand?
Yeah, when you're in Thailand.
Come with us.
No, we'll do we'll do a timeshare. We'll go to your race and we'll go to Thailand.
Yeah, all the benefits without the actually having to see other people. Brilliant.
Oh dear. Right, we've got a couple of bits of news, but we're actually coming up to time, which is a bit mental. So, do we want to? I'll tell you what we're going to mention. We're going to mention Electro Harmonics, because they are the pedal company that keeps on giving. They're as reliable as clockwork. You can set your watch by Electro Harmonics.
If only their pedals were just as reliable.
Whoa. Jeez. Like, I've never had a problem with an Electro Harmonics pedal. Thank you very much.
Of all the pedals I've seen that break a lot, right? It's none of the budget pedals or anything along those lines. It is the Electro Harmonics.
The switches on the Electro Harmonics, isn't it? Yeah. I've heard about it.
And the knobs. There's the knobs and there's the switches. I've seen the knobs just disintegrate from like the inside, and like the middle of them pull out.
Yeah,
like you should never see the guts. It's like, it's horrible.
So yeah, I mean, aside from that, Electro Harmonics have released another one of their Pico pedals. So they did a couple of months back. In fact, it was
Is it called the Boo?
You made this exact joke the last time, which was the Pico Pog. So they did the Pico Pog. They're doing the Pico platform compressor. So this was one that I hadn't, I'd not known about, but apparently they did like this massive studio compressor pedal, And they're doing a Pico version, which looks really, really good. So it's got 4.5 controls on it.
4.5
on the front, yeah. So I'll explain my thought process here. You've got attack, volume, sustain, and blend, which having a blend controller on the compressor is fantastic. Is exactly what you need. But it's also got a push button for type, and that controls the knee of the compressor. So basically, how how do you explain the knee of a compressor? How immediate effect is, isn't it?
At a certain point, the compressor will kick in. So you'll have from silent down to if you have no compression on it, you can imagine a line from the bottom to the top, a slight lean, and at the bottom will be silent, and at the top will be maximum volume. And what a compressor will do is it will stop it from getting to maximum volume. So at some point you'll find a little bend in it, and that's where the compressor starts to kick in. And depending on how harsh that is, and you go in closer and closer to 90 degrees, then that point is the knee, like the knee of your leg, exactly like that. So
yeah, so
that's the knee.
Yeah, the more dramatic the knee, the more it works as a limiter, and it will just straight cut off at a certain point. Whereas if it's a soft knee, rather than it being a direct cut off, the effect comes in almost more organically, so you don't hear the compression as much. So it's basically got two modes. You've got a hard knee or soft knee, so you've got like squishy compression or more organic compression. And then you can, like I say, you can mix that between. So you can have the attack, the immediacy of your compression, so how soon the compressor takes effect once you jump over that threshold, the ratio at which it compresses, and then the blend as well. So you've got lots of ways of making this become the compression that you want. So it has got lots of studio controls on it. It's not like the optical compressors and the chip based compressors like the Red Comp, where you basically get one compression sound and you get to dial in how much of that compression sound you want. It's very tweakable.
Yeah, if you want like a funky sort of sound, you're going to want like a hard knee. And if you want more of a natural sounding compression, then you're going to go for a soft knee.
Yeah.
I found a typo on their website.
Okay.
It says hard and sort knee.
I mean, yes. They maybe send them an email. So it's not too bad a price actually, because the Pico Pog was ridiculous. It was like 200
quid, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
250.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was closer to 250. But this one, so Pico Comp, $119 probably come in under £100, which is really good. Like for a nice compact compressor, I'm down with that. You down with that?
Just thinking what the competition is, and in terms of small compressors, you've got the Caline one. They've got that 2-knob one.
Yeah, you got the mini Ego. Got the hypergravity body.
You've also got a new one from Wampler as well. Just having a look for it. It's a new one that they did it with Corey Wong. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's not mini. That's normal sized. That's like a 1590B.
Yeah. It's similar sort of.
That's called the Wong compressor, isn't it?
I don't think you're wrong.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's 270 quid, and it is, like you say, it's just like MXR size. It's got the XLR out as well, which is quite handy.
Yeah,
which is probably why it is the size it is.
Yeah, that's a step up from the mini comp.
But I tell you what, if anyone knows about playing funk music, it's that Corey. Have you ever heard him play?
I have, yeah. I listened to some of the demos of him demoing that pedal for Wampler, and he's got a funky right hand on him, hasn't he? Like that strumming control, very good.
And that's a boost as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, if you want the best compressor, in my opinion, is the Caline 76. Takes us all the way back to origin.
Takes us back to the start. I mean, you're wrong, because the best compressor is the JSA Tight Squeeze, which has got...
I've not played that.
It's got an LED which shows you how much compression's happening. Like an indicator LED, which is what every compressor should have.
I think most compressors do.
No, not pedal compressors do.
The Caline 76 definitely does.
Does it?
It switches between red and orange, like the jewel in the middle switches, and most compressors that I've played do something along those lines with the LED, and it changes to come in and shows you how much it's working.
Almost all of them that I've played haven't showed compression level.
Right. Okay.
So
that will be something to watch out for on your chosen compressor. But yes, have a look at the JSA stuff, because I've heard that he does really good gear.
He does. And this is
good
wonderful.
To support our friends.
It's a wonderful place to end the podcast, because we can also give a final shout out once again to Affordaboard, who happen to sell JSA products.
Oh, do they?
They do, yeah. There are, I think, 5 or 6 in the line, and they are all, I think they're £100 for basically like hand-built boutique pedals. There's a Dumble style one. There's a JCM-ish style one. There's his take on the Rat with high headroom, like a really, really dynamic sounding Rat. There's the 90s colour sound fuzz in there as well. And I think he's got a super overdrive-esque, like his take on that, but with a few tweaks. Yeah, check them out. They're really cool.
Just occurred to me that I didn't mention the very, very, very good Analog Alien compressor.
Ah.
Those guys have taken a studio compressor, a couple of different studio compressors from what I understand, and they've tried to emulate them, and their compressor, I've tried it, it's really good.
Indeed. But we are at the end of our podcast now, and we're extending a massive thank you to our listeners who have made it this far. We're extending an extra super sexy, awesome thank you to our Patreon backers, who, for as little as $2 a month, you can be part of that crew. And we are very, very close to approaching the whose nipple is it anyway? If you are part of the Patreon crew, you will get to play the game Whose Nipple Is It Anyway? But you'll also get over 40 episodes of Patreon, like behind the paywall stuff, which we tend to let our opinions rip a little bit more because the companies aren't hearing them. Or our Teddy Nougat is not listening. But we give shout-outs to all of our Patreon backers as well, and they are as follows. We've got Mr. Adam Yeomans of Shefton Effects. We've got Mr. Andrew Bimpson, who I apologise to now because Halloween, didn't make it to Bloodstock. Rest well, my good man.
Was it your fault?
It's not my fault, no, but he bought the Bloodstock tickets to be able to see them, and they cancelled. We've got Mr. Doug.
I have inside information that it is his fault.
We've got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and the Just Surprise Me podcast. We've got the two best of friends. We've got Mr. Hugh G. Erection and Mike Oxlong. Yoing. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. We've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jugs podcast, the Second Button podcast, and the Off the Rails podcast. We've got Mr. Ross Philpott. We've got Mr. Diabetes Foot, and our newest Patreon backer, Mr. Jason Wharton. Check his.
He didn't come in with like a funny name.
He didn't know. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. Check it out.
Yes, do.
If you want to catch me online, I am BudgetPedalChap. You find me Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads. YouTube.com/BudgetPedalChap. YouTube is, of course, the home to the No Talk All Tone series, which this week features something. I've edited it today. Why can't I remember what it is? It's the Big King Fuzz. I think the Big Fuzz. I think it's called. It's like a 4.
I was going to say, is that not what you had for lunch?
It's the Mosky 4 version Fuzz, and it is. I think it might be the Super Fuzz Killer, like the Behringer Super Fuzz Killer. I think it might be.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, it's that versatile, and it's got that fabled boost mode that people love the Super Fuzz for as well. So it's got that mode in it, as well as 3 other fuzzies rather than the 2 of the Super Fuzz. So, well worth checking.
Crazy how Behringer trying to copy something else accidentally invented something.
Yeah, accidentally. I mean, it's like a broken clock being right twice a day, isn't it? It's every so often the planet's alive. And how about yourself, Lee? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me running Pedalboards of Doom Facebook group. You can find us running, doing videos for our Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel, along with Budge here and Josh and our Jason. And you can also find me on Instagram. You can probably find me on Threads at some point. I don't think I'm on there, but maybe you'll find me. Who knows?
I mean, now you know that all the cool kids are on there, because Matt's on there, Josh is on there. I'm on there, of course.
I don't like Twitter, so I don't know why I would go on it, but I feel like I have to.
It's like the early days of Twitter where it weren't shit.
Right.
So.
And we're on TikTok as well.
Cool. We are down with the kids. Yeah, it is where Lee posts up his dance moves. Some synchronized dancing.
I wasn't, but I will now.
There you go. We might even post a little sneak preview of whose nipple is it anyway. Yeah, we won't. That's Patreon stuff. That is. Right. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Lee, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Ta-da,
see you soon.
Bye. What happens if a frog parks illegally?
It gets towed.
Hey, it gets towed. It gets towed. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that'll do.